this is Laura from Bellissima Weddings, and I'm going to talk today about dresses for travelling abroad, for weddings abroad, and then packing them and everything that goes with it. So first of all, when you come into us or any bridal shop, not just us, and you say, I'm getting married abroad, obviously we're going to ask you whereabouts. Is it going to be hot? Is it going to be cold? Because it's not just summer destination weddings that are popular these days. You can get married just about anywhere in the world. So once we've established if it's hot or cold and where exactly is it, we will guide you to the type of dress that is more suitable for that type of wedding. And it might be that if you're going to get married in a snowy environment, or you're going to get married in one of those ice bars, that obviously you're going to want something that's a little bit warmer, and also something that maybe isn't completely full length, because if it's going to be wet underground, or underfoot rather, or it's going to be very snowy and that's going to melt onto the hem of your dress, you might want to consider actually having something that's more 3/4 length with a really fantastic pair of boots, and not go completely full length with a train if that's going to be dragged through anything that's wet or snowy. Equally, if you're on a beach, you don't want to have something that's going to be too covered up, especially if you're out in the sun. You want those glorious sunny photos, and hopefully you've been there a couple of days and got a little bit of a tan as well. You want to show that off in the photos. You also want to consider how hot you're going to be in that dress. Now, listen, if it's 50,000 million degrees in the shade, you're going to be hot anyway. You're going to be hot in a bikini. So don't let that make the decision for you. Oh my gosh, this feels a little bit heavier than this one, so I'm going to feel less hot in the lighter one. You're going to feel hot anyway. So at that point, go with what you absolutely love. Obviously, you want that destination look. You're going to want something that maybe glitters in the sun, so maybe a little bit more beadwork than you had originally considered, because the sun takes away a lot of detail, especially in the photographs. So if you're standing on a very sunny beach in a perfectly plain dress, or something that's got very, very delicate detailing in it, girls, you're not going to see that in the photograph. So if you want to have something that's really going to stand out, go for something that's a little bit more theatrical, a little bit more stand-outy, because in that photo with the bright sunlight, you will then still see some of the detailing on the dress. And obviously if you've got a video to go with that, it's going to glitter like crazy, because as you move, you can imagine under that strong sunlight, any little bead, any little crystal is going to look absolutely amazing. So do consider that. Also consider the fact that you have got to most likely carry this on as a carry-on item, and it's going to have to go into a specific size of carry-on box. Now here at Bellissima, we try to keep up with whatever the latest sizing is from the different airlines. It does drive you crazy, because every now and again they'll bring in a different rule or a regulation, or one particular airline will decide this year it wants to sell its own boxes, so it will change the measurement by an inch, so we can't get a box that's that size. But oh, that's a bit of a funny thing, isn't it? You now have to buy it at a great cost from the airline. So, we will try and work with you. Obviously, our box is the one that we think goes with the most airlines, and we do give you the measurements, and it's up to you to just check that it will be the one that will be fine for your airline to fly with. But for the last couple of years, I think we've managed to get that box on everyone's flight. So we will just check with you, but it should be fine. So obviously you've got the size that you've got. That dress has got to go in that hole. So if you've got the biggest dress in the world with a huge, great big hoop and everything, you are going to probably struggle to get that in there. We have, over the years, and our ex-brides will contest to this, worked absolute miracles to get the biggest dress in the smallest box. We have our ways and means now, and we will most likely get that dress in that box for you. It might mean that all the accessories you will have to pack separately, but the dress will go in the box. We have methods, and you'll see a little video with this YouTube video that will show you very quickly how that is achieved. Also, miraculously, these dresses do tend to get to the other side, because we pack them so well, pretty unscathed. You might need a very light steam over, or just hanging out in a room for a couple of days. But by and large, these dresses, you can't believe in what good condition they actually come out of the box the other side. Even the non-believers are converted once they get to their destination and they get that dress out. So think about also dresses that don't show the crumples so much. Obviously, if you've got something that's completely plain and you fold it up, with the best will in the world, you are going to see some sort of little crumple or crease mark in it. If you had something, for example, that is completely lacy, seriously, you could roll that up and you're not going to see any creases in it. So also be guided by your stylist as to the type of fabric and everything that you may want to think about if you're going to have to pack it into a little box, because you know we know after 20 years of experience, we certainly know what does and doesn't work the best. You know, there's a great thing about having a chiffon dress, a lovely flowy dress in the lovely breeze or warm breeze of Mauritius at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, absolutely lovely. But that flowy fabric does come at a cost. It will get creased, and you will need to make sure that you have some way of getting those creases out once you get to your destination. So line up a planner, line up someone at the hotel or wherever that you're staying that you know will be able to steam that dress for you, or push comes to shove, go and buy yourself a hand steamer. Teach yourself how to use it. Don't be the first time that you've ever used that steamer, be the morning of your wedding. So, you know, if you're going to buy one of those things, have a good old practice at home on your mum's curtains or something, so that you know and feel confident how you're going to use that steamer. So you've found the dress of your dreams. What do you do next? You ask us to pack it for you. We do a packing service, and we will pack your dress in the cabin box. If it is a cabin box that has come from somewhere else, we don't offer that service. We will only pack our own boxes because we know what we're doing with our own boxes. And at that point, if it's a different box or something else, then your expertise is probably just about as good as ours. So we will only pack our own boxes, but we're quite happy to do that for you. And all you need to do is tell us at the time of either purchasing your dress or when you come in for your dress fittings that you require us to do that service. And in that box you will also find all the things that you need for aftercare. So you'll find there will still be a lovely branded Bellissima hanger, there'll still be a dress bag, there'll still be a plastic bag, everything that you need to put that dress into once you've been married. One little word of advice is when you get that lovely packed box to your destination, get somebody to film you opening it up. Get somebody to film as you open it, as you take that dress out, because you're going to have to get that dress back in. Now, we've been doing it for years, as I said, and we know what we're doing. You are going to have to learn pretty quick how to get that dress back in the box. So if you've got a little video to look at so that you can see, oh yeah, I remember now, that's how that was folded, that's going to make it that much easier for you to be able to get the dress back home afterwards. And if you have a party or you have a second wedding to wear that dress for, lucky you, we also do a cleaning service, so you can bring the dress back. You need to tell us beforehand, don't just spring it on us, don't just turn up going, oh, I need the dress for tomorrow. As long as we've got that programmed in, we can get that dress cleaned for you, any little repairs, anything like that. We can get that dress back to how it was the first time around. If we know that we need to do that, we can certainly do that for you as well. And we also do a cleaning and memory box service in any case. So even if you don't have somewhere else to go, or you haven't got married abroad and you've just got married and you want us to clean your dress, we can do that for you. And there's a couple of services that we can do. We can either give it back to you hanging, just like it was when you took it, or we can give it back to you in a lovely, it won't be the cabin box, it's a different type of box. It's a breathable box that is used with acid-free paper, and it means that you can slip that under your bed or up in the loft, and it should be good to go for, you know, several years. We would advise every year or so just getting it out, telling her that you love her still, and then putting her back in the box just to give her a little bit of a breather. But other than that, it really should be very easy storage for you. So as I said, there is a little video now that will, you know, go with this, that will just show you how we do it really quickly. But when you get that dress to your destination, get somebody to film it. That is my absolute top tip, because it will make it so much easier when you get it back in the box. So with that, I will say goodbye, and till next time. Bye-bye.